I absolutely hate her because she hasn't changed a bit.
Yeah.
Finally.
It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Welcome back, everybody.
Ellen
Mark.
Marks.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
And then this is my other aunt, Beverly.
Todd, nice to
Pleasure
meet
to meet you as well. Pleasure, Todd.
He's a
Very
great
good.
He's with Big Sur.
That's
The
it.
patriarch
There you
right
go.
there is
There
the
you go.
patriarch.
Real pleasure to meet you.
And
Thanks
then
for
this
being
is
here.
my son, Finn.
Hey, Finn.
He's a great grandson.
Great.
Yes. Looks like it was the porch area. Does that fit with what you remember?
I feel like crying. I think so.
This was where Avalon lived. Avalon is the sister of Lloyd and Andrew Jr. So
Those would probably be the steps.
Benjamin and Nassine's granddaughter. Dad, what's the last time you were here?
Hold me for a second.
Could be 30 years ago.
Could be. I would guess it is somewhere around there.
Assuming they would take the eggs, fertilize eggs, put them in here, close it up, turn it on, heat it up, and then chickens would hatch. But these were not operational when I was around, so I don't know.
You know what that is? No.
We've always called it the egg pond because the egg production here was such an important part of the history. And so the stories we were told was that it was drained, and I just learned from the family here that the bricks were set because Herman had a lot of water plants, and so it was to keep the different plants separated. And it was drained sounds like when Lloyd was born, to keep him safe. So.
Well, he was about 2 when he decided to go butt naked swimming.
Aha!
And they filled it in because they were afraid he was going to drown.
this
Yeah,
area right
essentially
here.
this from here to here.
Where all those little arches are on.
Yeah.
Just gonna see. So we're missing the part where these arches are, and then everything above it. We're missing all that.
Oh, and here's the house
Yeah.
just down there because that's that little ramp that.
Where they
into
would have
the-
backed the trucks up right here
Yeah.
to load the eggs in.
There's that. Okay, yeah.
So this was lined with copper and it had tiles in it as well. And this is a water feature that they had inside the house, which I've never seen before. So this must have been just a wonderful room to sit in overlooking the garden with the water feature in here. In here is the living room. Right here, the fireplace is really beautiful. They have these custom-made tiles. Now, I believe these tiles were made specifically for the ranch because the scene here is the scene of the actual house and property. Now, it's really interesting. It had some really interesting wallpaper, the turn of the century. Here's another interesting tropical scene with a ship and the pirates. The tile work is really beautiful as well. It's all edged and like three-dimensional, real nice. This building used to connect to the garage and storage shed, and it was 2 levels, but it was demolished at some point in time. Goes back, and this is a storage area, then it goes back into the kitchen. So almost like a maze, this house. You don't see houses built like this anymore.
And there was a big hutch in that corner, and up on the top was a stuffed bald eagle. I don't remember coming in past here when I was little. You never went into the living room, the door was always shut. And I'm sure it was because he just lived in the kitchen and his bedroom. He never went into the living room. He had no reason to go in there, so he never went in there. So, but I do remember the dining table and that bloody bird sitting up there.
We were never allowed out of the kitchen and the dining room area because that's where we were received, where they had coffee and tea, and we would come and could sit there. We didn't wander around. And I don't remember that beautiful fireplace either. I would have enjoyed that with them. Lloyd.
I remember it was a big house, and they had a lot of this old stuff in here to me.
Standing here and I can see her right now, Aunt Aggie, serving everybody their mac and cheese when everybody came up for lunch. Pop and Uncle Herman and everybody would come up here for lunch and sit around the table. And she made, and I can remember her so clearly doing that right there.
I'm a plant
biologist, a plant ecologist, so my eyes are always on the ground, so I end up finding all kinds of things all the time. And I found an old porcelain egg pushed up in a gopher mound at one of the corners of the barn down there, which I thought was so special because it's like you're holding a piece of history. So I can't wait to present it and give it to you guys later, to the family, so it's back where it belongs.
A typical day camp at Mark's Ranch, we always start with history of the family in a way that we hope connects with the youth's own family stories in the area. We do creative expression, we do earth art, and we do leaf rubbings, and we do sculptures made out of things found here on the ranch. We talk about agricultural history and architectural history and human community history that was more closely connected to the communities that they hail from in the valley, where they're able to look out and see and view the Salinas Valley and sort of make that direct connection between where they live and these natural open spaces. Nature isn't so much of a destination, but nature is something that's part of them. They are part of nature, and that those connections are really, really developed in their day-to-day lives.
Shift a step to the left. Shift a step to the left. Now shift a step to the back.
Move the whole time. You're like, but you're mean, you mean, you mean.
What did we expect to find? The ghost of Nassim Marks. No, we expected to find history. We expected to find my dad's childhood, my Aunt Mel's childhood. We expected to find Auntie Ellen and Auntie Bev's childhood here, and memories and discussion. And this is property, but it doesn't have the history. So that was my expectation, is just to be here with everybody who had a part of the story, everybody who had a shared history, everybody who had a story to tell. Knowing that it is being shared with the community children is super awesome. Like, that just fills a hole in my heart.
Because I'd rather that than just having to drive by and see a bunch of houses and condos and mini malls. Like, I don't want that, and I don't want to see graffiti all over. Like, so I'm really happy with where it's at right now. Like, everything happens for a reason, and
we're also incredibly thankful that Big Sur Land Trust has done what they've done with the property.
Well, this is Salinas down here.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out what part of the property we were on to take that picture. I think there were stairs in this room. Where's the door in? The door in, it was right there, into that little room. And I'm pretty sure the stairs were there, but we were never allowed to go up the stairs.
It's sounding familiar to me that there may have been some sort of mining going on in Arizona, But I think also that the Bondies just brought money from Denmark, I think, because like Nisine's sister Maria marries the Hohenstein, Henrik Hohenstein, and then they had their own huge ranch in Santa Rosa. So these two sisters had these empires, let's say, right?
But do you know how far you can trace them back, like to Denmark?
I found the ship log where they came over. They're very eccentric, and they were extremely private.
Yeah.
So like we don't get to know these answers that maybe we would talk about in other family cultures.
Yeah.
I've been hearing my mom's experiences, how important it was to her. So to finally be there, it's like, oh, I could see why this was amazing and magical, and it just was incredible. It's much more majestic, I think, than I would have expected. So was there like a bottom story too, or it was just kind of an overpass that there was?
So this is like, it's a hallway, like it's just an open air hallway. That's the bottom part. And then if this picture were to go on, the 2-story I think would be like right over here. This right here, you can kind of see from the back side, like there's the 2-story, and then the lower part here that connected to the side of the house. This part of it is
Nisine donated to help build the first hospital.
Oh,
I did not know that. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
So now we know that.
I think I give almost all the credit of the success of this when it was in its time to Nisine. It has to be Nisine, because Benjamin wasn't around long enough to like raise his kids, right? So they're wondering how did Herman become a conservationist? It had to have come from her. She raised these kids. She would have taught them all of this. She would have taught them morals and values and hard work, and she's the person who is like whispering through all of these houses. Her fingerprint on everything that's here, even though generations went by, but like she's the one to give the credit to.